Scatman here. I thought I might do a little gear tips for you guys out there if you're watching. And what we're going to concentrate on is Backpacker's April 2010 gear guide on page 116. Had a really awesome 5-ounce repair kit. And we're going to go through that 5-ounce repair kit that's on the page right here, in the bottom corner. And we're going to show you some of the ways that you can use the items that they talked about. But there's my 5-ounce repair kit. I've added 1 or 2 more things in there. We'll talk about those. We'll talk about how you can actually use all these items that they suggest and get yourself out of a jam if you ever have a piece of gear that breaks. So follow along and let's take a look at what's inside this thing.
Okay, so let's go through this bag of goodies. So first thing up is the 1-inch squeeze buckle, and as you notice I went with the one with the whistle on here. Obviously this is for use with your pack. It's a 1-inch, so most backpacks are going to fit it unless you have some big 2-inch webbing in the front. You could use this for even smaller stuff if any of our other buckles broke smaller than 1 inch, so that's always a good one to have. Up next we have what they call is a 1-inch tension lock. Sometimes it's called a ladder lock as well. You could use this to cinch something down like a bedroll or a pack tension device on the side of your pack to kind of support your load. So you got that guy as well. And after that, what we have is a cord lock. It's just a simple cord lock. Most people have seen one of these guys before. And you've got that there. And that kind of goes with the next thing, which is parachute cord. And they call for 72 inches at 3/16. I went with some Kelty Trip tees. And those two go together. Obviously, the parachute cord can be used for tying things onto your pack. You could sew something very large if you had to. You could use it as a belt or even extra shoelaces, and obviously these two can go work together hand in hand. After that, we've got duct tape. This is a little pre-rolled duct tape that I got in the package. Usually it's on my hiking pole. I just haven't taken the time to put it on there, and everyone knows the magic of duct tape. And then after that, we've got 4 8-inch cable ties. I went with some medium-sized ones here. Those can be used obviously to tie things up and splint things. I guess if you had to pull together a really large hole in a pack, something like that, you could use them for that. But very useful, good to have. Up next we have a sewing kit. Sewing consists of 2 needles. There's a heavy duty there and a light duty. A bobbin of nylon thread. You want to get the nylon because it's going to last better in the sunlight for your repair. And then you've got 4 safety pins. And I race cyclocross, so I always have a lot of extras of those, so I had those lying around, put those in there. And one other thing that goes with the sewing is this 4-inch piece of Cadora, which I got from Seattle Fabrics, and they suggested something from taking an old pack cover, but if you're like me, you don't like to tear up your old gear and cut it up, so that's obviously good for making large repairs or just repairs in your backpack in general or something else. So you've got those items there for sewing. And next up we have this field repair kit by McNett, and it's designed to repair things like self-inflating pads. So you've got the same grip here, and then you've got your brush, and you've got different patches here. You got nylon ones and different ones. So I guess you could repair a tent as well. And obviously you don't have to use this little kit that it comes in. I don't use this guy with me usually because I have a foam pad. So that's something else that you have in there as well, and you can find that like at REI or the stores. Up next, the last thing that they suggest is this 1/2-inch cup link PVC, and it's just a divider. You could put a tent pole on either side and put some sticks on the side and maybe some duct tape around it, and you'd have yourself a splint for a tent pole or even possibly a hiking pole. So that's a good use for that there as well. And then I added a pen. Pen's good. You could use it, take it apart and use it as a straw. I mean, I guess it could be used as a medical device as well. You've seen people in the movies do it, but obviously don't do things you don't know how to do. I'm not suggesting that you'd use this to make some trach pipe or whatever, but there you go. You've got a pen as well. And then I also put a Tika in here, not Tika, sorry, a little photon light here. I had extras from the AT, and just in case your headlamp goes out, something to have in there. And the last thing I thought of was, since I'm sponsored by Superfeet, I had some Superfeet the other day. This is an old pair of Superfeet, and I looked at them, and they've got this hard plastic on the bottom. I mean, it's one of the the nice features of Superfeet that gives them such a great support that they have. This hard plastic, I looked at it and I said, if this was removed from the actual foam, or the foam is removed from that. The foam gives you some padding, so if you actually needed to, you had some kind of blowout where you needed padding, or if you needed to splint an arm, your Superfeet, could be used to immobilize someone's hands, like that, by sandwiching them, and you could tie them together with your parachute cord, or the hard plastic could be used, for something else you needed support. So, always use your gear. Look at your gear, not just things you can bring with you, like the repair kit that we have here. I mean, these items are great, but if you can use the stuff you have already on you in your shoes to repair something, think of that as well. So that's my repair kit and my little extra bonus there on the Superfeet. Give it a try, make yourself one, and hopefully it will get you out of a jam. Last thing in the repair kit is the quart-size bag to hold everything in there. So that there, right there, is my 5-ounce repair kit from the Backpacker magazine, like I said, and it's really easy to make. It's not expensive. Almost all those items, except for the zip ties, the duct tape, I believe, and the PVC coupling, all were acquired from Seattle Fabrics here in Seattle. They're online as well at seattlefabrics.com. Check them out. They got all your stuff that you ever could use or need for making and repairing backpacking gear. So that was my 5-ounce repair kit from the Backpacker magazine. Make yourself one, be safer in the woods, get yourself out of a jam, and hopefully have a better time in the woods. This is Scatman saying, get out there.